I just can't stop thinking today. It's not like on other days I don't think, just not like this. Not so I wish I had a remote, click off. Not so I think I'm sick or I disgust myself. This morning I was caught in the traffic on Flatbush. I forgot the goddamn construction and we're moving 1 foot at a time toward the Manhattan Bridge. I look up and there's a blimp. Not the Goodyear, the Fuji, rising into the sky. I've never seen a blimp climbing upward before. They're always just there. I don't know what I thought. People climbed up ropes. Or maybe it sort of floated upward like a hot air balloon. So I watched this round roll of film ascending, then I imagined it exploding, green F's and I's falling from the flaming sky and crashing about Fulton Market, and they're screaming in pandemonium. We crawl under our cars so we wouldn't get burned or crushed, but people panic and run and are cut down by the shower of blimp. We then had to tell the police and press our eyewitness account. All day it's been like this. I'm walking down 7th. Picked up a package at Canal Street. Took the Brooklyn Bridge back. I'm actually feeling pretty good. I got a spot on the Tuesday side. I stop and looking at this antique shop. This guy stops and looks also. He's really my type. I think he's looking at the same thing I'm looking at. This lamp with horse head as the base. Very Godfather. That's pretty neat, I think, if we both like the same thing. Then I imagine us getting married. But then I imagine him getting cancer, and I sit by his bedside every night, and I yell at the nurses and doctors when it's time for his medication and I can't find them. And we'd stay up very late talking about eternity and grace, and then he died. I cried silently by his bedside with the moon spilling through the shades. But I'm pregnant, so his story wouldn't be over, and I'll raise our child and I'll be strong. The guy had the good sense to move on. Maybe he was a mind reader. I'd move. It's not like I don't know why I'm doing this. I know why. So why can't I stop myself? Why won't my mind listen to me? This is how I mourn? I've never really had the opportunity to mourn, except over dead pets. I've been spared so far the inevitable. But even this is still in the periphery. It still doesn't directly affect me. I'm going through my day as usual, back and forth to the city a few more times than I'd like. I love living in Brooklyn in many ways. The air, grass, sky. But sometimes I feel like I should walk around with a suitcase. Save me a few trips. Also a portable bank machine. I'm the kind of girl that takes out $20 at a time, so I have to go 3 times a day. God, I wish I could go about my business and put my brain on record, when I can look at it later, when I have time, when I can understand it. I was on the subway just now. I've got too good a parking place now to risk driving. Of course, there's congestion ahead. We sit. We read the headlines of a newspaper open next to us. This man was shot trying to stop a robbery. The subway car doors slam open and 2 men loudly make their way through the car. People watch. On guard, of course. You can't help it. Then I imagine the door slamming open again. This man's eyes are blazing insanity. He wants all our money. He has a Saturday night special. People scream, fall to the ground as bullets echo against the metal. Transit cop smashes him from behind, but the man turns too quickly. The cop goes down. His gun spins towards me on the floor. I pick it up. I raise myself from the floor and aim at point-blank range. The gunman starts to turn, but I blindly pull the trigger. Am I always this obsessed with death, or is this an exception? Did I just notice it's everywhere? The subway sign, the new one by the young kid, come to where the cancer is. It's printed on a dead tree. Isn't the ink the byproduct of dead animals or vegetables? He was just a friend of the family. I hadn't seen him in years. The last time was when I was still living in the city. The whole Pittsburgh gang came in for the weekend. I was disappointed that they wanted to eat at Tavern on the Green and not at the Supreme Macaroni Factory. I felt so adult, so urban, guiding them through the park to Bloomingdale's. Johnny Grant and I tried on hats. When I was 12, we visited Johnny's country house. He gave my brother and I 6 and said, "Go have a good time." To him, everything in the world contained the possibility of fun. It's a shame he and Phyllis couldn't have children. He had hung her bras on the fire escape on Ocean Grove on Sunday, so 100 or so senior citizens would call the police. Every other word she spoke was, "Oh, John." He brought me ducks once, to my mother's dismay. He danced with me at every wedding. See, I just can't stop thinking today. He gave me my name. His heart stopped this morning.